I'm coming out, boom, boom. I want the world to know. I got to let it show. There's a new tea coming out. I just wanna live. I just wanna give. It's completely positive. Hey, good morning. Grace and peace, your girl here, Thais. And I'm sitting here waiting for my coffee, and I thought I would have a word and chat with you as I'm sitting here. Oh my gosh. So as you know, I was waiting to hear the word for the church house. And the word was simply this: manifest. And I was thinking about it. Manifest, man. Manifest means to do something. And I was thinking about that. And this morning I began to tie it in with what we are talking about at work. So my students, I teach language arts, but I also teach kids who are having difficulties to understand the concepts of social studies. So right now we are talking about manifest destiny. And what that means in the historical sense is that America was destined, it was our goal. We were destined to expand from the east to the west. So in the historical context, at first when we came, remember Christopher Columbus came and he thought he was India, blah, blah, blah. He got rid of all Native Americans. Okay, and we started off on the east, and then we gradually bullied our way or began to conquer and go to the west. So it was our manifest destiny. We were going to expand territory. Well, this is a time, and so when my illustrious pastor, Dr. Parrow, spoke about the word for the church house was manifest, and I began to think about those things. And I says, wow, what is it that you want me to manifest, God? Because I've been in a place where I've been hiding in my in my woman cave. Yes, I have a woman cave. I have my toolbox. I love being home with the crafts and doing all the gifts that God has given me. But I have been in my woman cave, and God is like, no, Thais, this year, 2018, it's time for you to get out. You got to move. And I realized, I talked to you before, how I was dealing with these cravings. Like I had that weird snow craving and stuff like that. And I feel this push that there's things that I got to do. And I keep on saying, God. And when you have that happening, you have to really pray, because you want to make sure that you're hearing the voice of God and not flesh, because God can be speaking to you. Remember, if you go back to the previous video, I talked about getting to the source. So when I'm talking about craving, God has put something in you, in us, that we have to fulfill, which is why there's this craving. And until you do it, till you get to that source, you're not going to understand. But if you don't get into the word and pray, the enemy will make you think that that craving has something to do with the flesh. Okay, go back to the snow video and you'll see that. So I thought about that this morning, because there's been several people asking me to come out and do things that I used to do before with no problems, like going to sing at events, birthday celebrations, weddings, and doing all of the things, a lot of things, just getting out doing stuff. And for me, it's like, oh, that was like buckwheat. Because I've gotten so used to being in the womb, being in my woman cave, being close to God. And it's gotten to a place where it's really comfortable. But it has been about 9 years since I've moved here, relocated to New Jersey from New York. And just like the time when a woman gives birth, I believe that time is coming to a close when I could just sit in my woman cave and be comfortable. And comfortable doesn't mean I'm not doing anything. And those of you who are close to me know that I'm always producing something. But what that means is, during this time, God has kept me hidden from the world for a purpose. And for me, in New York, I was doing a TV show and producing films. And there was a period where my biological daughters now needed that time. So after I finished my master's degree, God relocated me here to New Jersey. And then he was like, okay, make sure the girls are straight. Make sure the foundation is straight. And so I spent the last several years making sure my girls were together. And now they're both doing very well in college and doing fabulous things. I'm so blessed really to see that the legacy will go on. And not only that, once they went on to college, I opened up my home to take in other teenage girls that needed a mother figure, a godly figure that can help them. So let's go back to the womb. Me being in the womb and being comfortable with just being in God's presence, kind of being kept away from people, because people do, when you have gifts, people try to grab on you all the time. And, it can leave you depleted, when people take and don't give. So I thought about when my oldest daughter, when I was pregnant with her, and she was very comfortable in being in the womb. And I visited my cousin's house one day, and my cousin's husband said, it's time for that baby to get out. My stomach was huge. I went from 118, like 163. Girlfriend was in there having me eating everything and just enjoying life. So my cousin's husband held onto my belly and yelled, "Get out!" And I felt my daughter kick inside. And sure enough, that night while I was sleeping, my water bust, and I went to the hospital. And several hours later, there came forth my beautiful blue-eyed baby girl, who's now 22. So she needed help getting out. And for many of you out there, 2018, God is saying, get out. Manifest. There's things that you have to do. You got to get out.